Okay, in the earlier video, I explained a little bit about how these special formulas work. Now I'm going to go through it in a more advanced way, but just to review briefly. So I have in cell F2, the number 1, just typed it in. In cell G2, I have prior plus 1. Prior is a defined name, okay, using this technique, defined name, and I have in the name manager, you'll see the word prior. Okay, prior is the formula name, and it's just equal to expenses F2. Okay, this is the expenses tab, and in this case, because I'm on G2, it says F2. Okay, if I were on H2, it's not going to say F2, it's going to say C2. I'm sorry, not C2, because I'm looking at the wrong thing here. It's going to say G2, which is the one beforehand. Okay, now let's look at the big picture here, and then I'll start to drill down slowly. So basically, I have 36 months of data, 36 months of results. I have some conditional formatting. I'm sorry if it doesn't look attractive, but it's just I want to show you the point of how this works. So there's like a line down here for every quarter, a red line for every quarter, and at the end of every year, there's a blue column, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, again, third year is 36. Okay, now here is data that's inputted. So we have a start month and an end month, a base amount, and then a rate of growth, an annualized rate of growth, and here's different categories for expenses, okay? And this is forecasting out what these expenses would be in the various months. So each one of these has a formula, but the beautiful thing is every formula, and I'm going to explain how this works, every formula here is exactly the same, all right? Every formula in these 36 months for every period is exactly the same, but you could do a lot of tweaking to this data. All right, and this is where it gets very nice when you want to maintain this. It's because everything is the same formula. You don't have to worry that this row is different from that row. Okay. So just to be a little clearer, so if I change this here to this base to 4,100. It changes it here. If I change the rate to 20%, it goes up here. If I want to start it in month 3, that's here. Now, you see that there are these numbers here that are in this color. So this 3,000 is nowhere to be found on this row. So how is that happening? So that is coming from the override. So if I put in here, like here it says expense category 11 in month 20, put in 11,000. If I put in 10,000 and then go back to expenses, month 20, now it says 10,000. All right, so I can do all of these changes with one formula. I don't have to plug in any constants. I don't have to do anything funky to see it. Now, another nice thing is with these conditional formats, and I'm going to show you how to do all these things with these conditional formats. If I change this to month 8, okay, so this is manual 10, month 8 was 400, so expenses, not automatically, the conditional formula has changed this to that yellow background. And I shouldn't have said conditional formula, it's conditional formatting. The conditional formatting changes that to 400. So this is really like an introduction to what I want to explain in detail, how these formulas work, how these conditional formats work. And then we can get into some of the advantages. But at the very least, the simplest advantage is every single formula is the same. And if I look at defined names, I'm sorry, a name manager of all the names, there's only 10 formulas here. So basically 10 formulas are generating this entire spreadsheet. Okay, let me close that. I'm going to start a new video and start to drill down on the exact way this works.